Hey everyone, it's Tracy here, back with another holiday card series video. Today I'm going to be using this Alleyway Stamps Hey Cupcake stamp set, and I'm going to start by stamping the top part of my cupcake on a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm choosing the one that's got it looks like the frosting kind of on top, and I'll just go ahead and stamp that. And then I'm not going to color that in, I'm actually going to leave it white, and I'm just stamping it on the heavier cardstock. And then I'm also stamping 3 of the little holly leaves that also come in the same stamp set. And there are like 3 little dots that you can stamp, but I'm going to do something different for the red part of the holly. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this cupcake bottom on a piece of pattern paper that's from Echo Park, and that's actually the pattern paper I used in my video the last video I did. So I'm just going to color in these holly leaves. I have the YG61 and YG63 right here, and then I'll also use the YG67 just to color those in, and then I'll go back with my lightest color, the YG61, to blend those together, and then I cut everything out with my scissors. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and do the background. I just have a piece of white cardstock and then some white embossing paste, and I'm going to put a little bit of embossing paste on my craft sheet, and it doesn't take much at all. I probably didn't even need that second scoop that I did, because I did have extra. Alright, so go ahead and put that onto my craft sheet, and then I'm going to do something different. I'm going to add this micro fine glitter. This is in the Cool Highlight, and this is from Elizabeth Craft Design, or it's Glitteritz, which is the same thing. And then I'll go ahead and mix that all together, and this is a really fine glitter. It's white, so you won't see any color, but it does give the embossing paste a glittery effect to it. Not as much as I was hoping for, but you can definitely see it. So I decided I needed some more, so I'll go ahead and add some more. You just kind of have to experiment with how much you need. If you add too much glitter, your embossing paste isn't going to be spreadable because it's going to be way too dry, so you might just have to add more embossing paste if you accidentally add too much glitter to it. So I'll finish mixing all of that up, and then I'm just going to put it onto my craft sheet and then clean off my craft mat so that I can adhere down my cardstock. I'm just going to add a little bit of my ATG gun. This is so that the white cardstock doesn't move underneath my stencil. And then I have the Dot Fade stencil from Tim Holtz, and I'll just place that down onto my craft sheet with some washi tape. That way it won't move when I am applying my embossing paste to it. And then I can take my craft knife and just spread all of that embossing paste over the stencil and get it in all of the little dots and crevices there. If you could use a different stencil too if you wanted, but I just like the little dots and the effect that they give on the card. And then when you're done and you got it all over your stencil, you want to try to clean up as much of it as you can, and then clean off your palette knife and your stencil right away, because if you do let the embossing paste dry on there, it is a lot more difficult to remove in the end. So we can go ahead and lift up our stencil, which is always the best part, and then you want to let that dry completely before moving on to the next step. So I have 2 strips of paper. I have a red one and a green one, and these are just 1 inch by 5.5 inches because I have an A2 size card base. It doesn't really matter the exact thickness of it. You can do whatever you like. And after I applied that onto my card base, I'll go ahead and attach the embossing paste piece down. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my cupcake together. So I'll just put a little bit, I'm going to use my Zig 2-way glue pen. I'll put a little adhesive on the top of that and then just place my frosting over that and adhere that down. And then I'm going to attach my holly pieces. You don't need very much adhesive for this, which is why I like the Zig 2-way glue pen. And then, like I said, I'm going to be using something else for the berries in the end. So after I get the holly adhered into place, I'm going to put that little green strip that I have, and that's 5.5 inches long, and then I didn't even measure how thick, I just kind of cut it. So you could, it doesn't really matter how thick you cut yours. And then I am going to adhere that right over the seam of the white and red pieces. It just kind of ties in the green holly on the card. And then for my cupcake, I am going to attach that with 3D foam squares. But first, I'm going to adhere my, stamp my sentiment down just so that I don't hit the cupcake part with my ink in case I get it on my stamp block. I'm going to use the same Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And then I'm going to stamp that right next to the green strip of cardstock towards the bottom because there's no embossing paste down there. And then I am going to apply some stickles all over that green strip. That kind of helps tie in the glittered background that we have with the embossing paste. And this stickles bottle is almost gone because it is my favorite of all of the stickles. I just like it because it goes with anything. You don't have to try and match colors. And like I said, I'll go ahead and apply some foam squares to the back of my cupcake. These are the large squares from Best Creation. I'll remove the backing off from those and then stick those stick the cupcake right above my sentiment. And then for that holly, I'm going to be using the Rouge Liquid Pearls. And I will just apply 3 little dots onto the middle of where those 3 holly leaves attach. And then one last step, I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper and the 1/2 inch to round the corner of the left top of the card. And that is my finished card for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel. I will see you back here next time. Bye!